Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and for the past 2 years and recent that I've reviewed were superheroes, slasher movies, and movies that I've seen in theaters. So today I want to do something different, and it's the holidays, and with Christmas coming soon, I want to talk about and tell you guys are my top 7 favorite Christmas movies. So this will be my first, and probably I'll be doing some other top favorite movies, either top 8s or top 10s, 12s, who knows, depends on the numbers and what are my most favorite movies. So let's get started. Number 7, Iron Man 3. I know what you're all thinking. Iron Man 3, a Christmas movie? It's not a Christmas movie, that's what you're all thinking, but it does have a Christmas theme. So recently, it is my favorite, so get used to it. It's my top 7 favorite Christmas movies, so Iron Man 3 is one of them. And spoiler alerts, just to let you all know, if none of you didn't see Iron Man 3, skip to number 6. Click on that one if none of you haven't seen Iron Man 3. So the reason why Iron Man 3 is my favorite, because it's the almost a semi-finale of throughout the Iron Man franchises. And the best scenes ever, only my favorites were the skydiving, scraping scenes. That was my favorite, and which is everyone's as well. And includes all the Iron Man armors, like all these Iron Men like showing up and just fighting and battling, and Tony Stark choosing all these Iron Man suits, especially with the Mark 42, which was my third favorite compared to the Iron Man suits throughout the whole movie, and including the Avengers. For Iron Man 3, there were a few disappointments, especially where Tony Stark had severe his anxiety attacks, and Ronnie being Iron Patriot instead of War Machine. In the posters, we should see him as the War Machine suit, the new and improved War Machine, but in the movie, we just see him as Iron Patriot, and okay suit, but doesn't fit for Colonel Rhodes. And as for the Mandarin, well, technically, Mandarin wasn't the Mandarin.
There is no such thing.
But Keeley as the Mandarin, not the Mandarin that we used to know. It's my least favorite, but Iron Man 3 does take the cake. Number 6, Batman Returns. I already reviewed this movie. Who says I can't even talk about the same movie twice? Batman Returns was directed by Tim Burton, and that returned for the first film, 1989 classic Batman, and along with Michael Keaton, who plays none other than the Dark Knight himself. This is my also favorite movie, especially in huge epic scene ever, where Batman faced off with the Triangle Gang, and even facing off his 2 arch enemies, the Penguin and Catwoman. And guessly that Tim Burton wanted to design and like reimagining of Batman, of what he might become, and seeing like it's much more darker and gothic. Technically, like the violence gets a little too far ahead, but since it's my second favorite Batman movie, unlike the Dark Knight trilogy movie and the Joel Schumacher Batman Forever, but not the Batman Robin. None of that. Batman Robin, not my favorite. No. With the battle and the seductive between of Batman and Catwoman, those two like fight each other, but then they like seduce each other. Technically, that was like most of my favorite scene ever. So that's my other thing about Batman Returns. And of course, it does have Christmas themes, so for the holidays, or just sometimes to watch it all the time in different holidays. So still my favorite. Number 5, Scrooge. Director Richard Donner and the star Bill Murray plays as Francis Cross, owns a TV business studio, and he is much more of a Scrooge for himself. Talk about a big, heartless guy he is. Dude never even takes a holiday off. Somehow he does get some help from meeting 3 ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. It's enjoyable. He'll laugh your heads out, and and it's really hilarious to see Bill Murray of a comedy Christmas special movie. It's really enjoying, and I love it. Number 4, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Based off the children's book by Dr. Seuss, came out from a book and then turned into a mini cartoon movie and directed by Ron Howard into a live action movie, in which it also stars Jim Carrey, known as the heartless, lean, mean, green guy.
A Grinch.
This movie brings to life and seeing the Whoville celebrating Christmas. The Grinch, however, doesn't even like Christmas, but he wants to get rid of Christmas once and for all. And for this film, such a funny movie, and especially with Jim Carrey makes his own personalities so funny and hilarious. Often it really makes you laugh and see how it feels with the Grinch being from a heartless to a good soul with a big heart grew 3 sizes. Number 3, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. If you think all the 2 vacation movies, including Vegas Vacation, was really hilarious, Christmas Vacation is a crack up. For a major disaster and Chevy Chase playing as Clark W. Griswold, along with his family, they took the Christmas to become a funny comedy disaster movie. Of all the big scenes that are my favorites, with the sleigh ride, the sabotaging of the turkey, family reunion dinner, the Christmas tree, a dog yanking out a bone, and it even comes to hilarious with Clark flipping out.
Hallelujah! Holy shit!
The attack of a killer squirrel. Well, I wouldn't say a killer squirrel, but I would just say they were being attacked by a squirrel and the dog chasing the squirrel. That's even more hilarious than breaking down the house. And none other, the grand finale.
Don't drop that!
Number 2, Gremlins. This was practically a comedy horror Christmas movie for combining it all together. For this movie, it's even about a boy that wants a good Christmas gift, and that's where we meet up as Gizmo. And here are the 3 rules that you have to know about taking care of a Mogwai. Number 1, keep it away from bright lights or sunlights. It'll kill him. Rule number 2, keep it away from water. Do not get it wet, don't give it a bath, and don't even give it to drink. Does soda count or Gatorade? I do not know. Is there a possibility you could give a Mogwai like Gatorade or soda? Actually, that does count as a drink, but it is water, so keep it away from any drink products. Just letting you all know. And rule number 3, the most important thing ever. Never, ever feed it after midnight. But you know what? All these rules are broken. Once you break one rule, you break all the rules. But a hilarious scene ever is during the bar scene with all the gremlins like drinking beer and just like getting all drunk as shit. It's a funny, flat out movie. Talking about going from a horror film to a comedy to a Christmas movie, sabotaging it and all the gremlins being all mischiefs is the best. Even so, the second one was good too, but the first one is always a classic. And especially with all the gremlins, you cannot die for it. And number 1, The Santa Claus. Now this is a Christmas movie that is such a classic, and Tim Allen stars as Scott Calvin and aka the Santa Claus. This brings out the good childhood memories for me. It's all the good old days. Every Christmas, or sometimes when I decorate the Christmas tree, I always watch the Santa Claus with my family, and it is such a classic and good childhood movie just to watch and enjoy. And seeing Tim Allen's performance as the Santa Claus brings out to the joy of good jolly, and for a good childhood memory to bring all the kids to watch and enjoy. It's a good Disney and a comedy movie. It's actually my favorite, and I love it. It's just like the good old days and good memories. I didn't have the VHS, but I taped it back in Disney, and then I got it on DVD. So it's really a classic film. May I say more? So there you have it, folks. my top 7 favorite Christmas movies. Even so, some of them weren't Christmas movies, but it's a good start. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off and wishing all of you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And peace!